It's no secret that we're moving towards a digital age of media. I mean, in this day and age, even buying a physical piece of media doesn't guarantee that the entire piece of content will be on that disc, or whatever other medium it's being stored on. Now, to some, this may not be a big deal at all. I mean, it's pretty convenient. You don't have to wait for your favorite game or movie to be back in stock at the store anymore. You just go on your device, download it, and you're good to go. But the problem is the same way it's super easy to download content from the internet, it's equally as easy for the same content to become lost all of a sudden. Welcome to the world of lost downloadable content, or DLCs for short. I think instead of trying to explain why DLCs are so prone to becoming lost, it's better off to just show you some examples. Let's begin with Avo. Avo was one of the first augmented reality games on iPhone, and it was pretty revolutionary for its time. You may or may not recognize it, but if you do, then you probably grew up watching FGTV, because their video on it has over 30 million views. So it's safe to say that the game was pretty popular. The game was structured in a level format, and it followed a linear story. So when you downloaded the game, you got the first level for free to basically try out, and all of the levels after that were paid. Actually, the second level was also free, but I'll get to that in a second. You see, our problem arises with the fact that the company behind Avo, Playdio, went bankrupt on August 29th, 2023, taking down the app from the App Store with it. So, okay, the app is no longer on the App Store. Can't you just find an archived version of it and download it? And that's what we thought, so I made a video about it to bring attention to it and try to find someone who had the game so we could extract it, and so everyone could have access to it to download it for themselves. And we did end up finding someone who had the game, but upon downloading it, we realized that we could only play the first level. And although it gave us the option to play the second level, it needed to download the second level from the cloud. And since those servers don't exist anymore because the company itself no longer exists, there is no way to download the second level, even though it's not locked behind a paywall like the levels after it. And for obvious reasons, since the game is no longer in the App Store, you can't purchase the rest of the levels, so that's a dead end as well. Because the game shipped only with the first level downloaded and had to download the rest of the levels off of a server, this effectively means that around 90% of the game is completely lost, with virtually no hope of it ever being found. I'm sure you're starting to understand the problem now. If they aren't backed up, DLCs simply cease to exist when the servers are shut down. A massive example that happened very recently is LEGO Dimensions, which is a Toys to Life game from 2015 that competed with the likes of Skylanders, Disney Infinity, and Amiibo, but with a LEGO twist. And it did really well at the time, with millions of copies being sold. But LEGO Dimensions was different from the other Toys to Life games. You see, other Toys to Life games like Skylanders and Disney Infinity would put out a brand new game every once in a while with new content. But LEGO Dimensions opted to release one game and instead add new content to it in the form of DLCs. This meant that only content from year one of the game was actually on the disc, and any content released after the first year needed to be downloaded. Not only that, but a lot of extra content and levels was unlocked through character packs, which you could buy separately, and once you use these character packs, they would unlock new levels in the game. But unfortunately, when the servers for the Xbox 360, PS3, and other consoles shut down, it removed the ability for players to download the content for the characters they paid for. This, along with all of the content after year one being unavailable, renders more than 60% of the game completely unplayable. It's kind of a spit in the face that even if you bought the game, more than half of it is now unavailable. And I mean, look, the game released in 2015, which is kind of old now, it's around a decade, but people should still be able to use the content that they paid for. And the thing is, this problem will only continue to increase in the future. A current example of this is Mortal Kombat 11 on the Switch. No, this game is not lost, but the thing is, when you do buy the cartridge for the game and insert it in your Switch, you'll have a download waiting for you that is more than 20 gigabytes. This is because most of the game is not on the cartridge itself, and so to fully play the game, you need to download the 20 gig update. So what happens when the Nintendo Switch servers go down? Now, you might be thinking that this is going to be way later down the line and the servers aren't going to shut down anytime soon. soon. But if we were gonna take an example like the 3DS eShop, which began in 2011 and closed in 2023, that would be around 12 years of service before the servers shut down. And I mean, the Nintendo Switch released in 2017, which makes it already 8 years old. And with the Nintendo Switch 2 releasing this year, who knows how much longer the servers are gonna last for. I mean, if we were going based off the life cycle of the 3DS, we only have 4 more years. But I do think that the Nintendo Switch servers are gonna last a lot longer because they're probably gonna be the same ones as the Nintendo Switch 2 servers. So hopefully there's not much to worry about there. But I mean, Nintendo is not the only one doing this. You see, when you enter a disc into a PS5 or literally try to play a digital version of a game that you own when you aren't connected to Wi-Fi, it will not let you. I think there are exceptions to this, but for most games, Sony wants to verify that your copy of the game is genuine, and that's fair. But what happens when those servers for verifying if it's genuine go down? Now look, the easy answer is jailbreaking. It solves pretty much every problem I've covered in this video, but not everyone is willing to modify their consoles and risk bricking them. And especially as technology progresses and consoles get more complicated, their security measures will continue to improve, making it harder and harder to jailbreak. So yeah, the rise of the digital age of media means that some of our favorite pieces of content can go dark at any time with absolutely no trace. So I hope this video helped you understand how lost downloadable content is a problem that's only gonna be getting bigger in the future. And I hope that you did enjoy this video, and if you did, a like and sub would go a long way, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, big shout out to Goblin Bricks, because pretty much all of the information for the LEGO Dimensions portion of this video came from his channel, more specifically these 2 videos, so I'll be linking him in the description. Go check out his videos, they're really good if you want to learn more about what's happening to LEGO Dimensions, and also comment down below what you'd like me to cover next. See ya!